We're going to talk about religion and the church. Our focus here is not on the right or wrong of any particular theological or religious position, but to address how conflicts over theology affected history, especially U.S. history. The Catholic Church emphasized the necessity of the Church and its sacraments for salvation. This belief was fundamentally challenged by Martin Luther, a 15th-century German monk, who proposed that salvation was attainable through faith alone. This was a radical departure from the Church's teachings and set the stage for significant religious and social upheaval. As we saw in the last segment, there had been earlier attempts at reform that had been brutally suppressed by the Church. Luther's survival and the spread of his ideas can partly be attributed to the protection offered by Frederick the Wise of Saxony, as well as the fragmented political state of the Holy Roman Empire and widespread dissatisfaction with the Church. The introduction of the printing press to Europe around 1440, developed by Johannes Gutenberg in Germany, played an important role in disseminating Luther's ideas. Luther's writings, widely circulated due to this new technology, were a medieval equivalent of going viral, reaching a broad audience and sparking widespread debate. But Luther's call for reform led to unintended consequences, including peasant revolts and a broader questioning of the Church and the social order. Luther's intent was reform of the Church. He was horrified by the social upheaval his proposals caused. But once people saw Luther speak truth to power without reprisal, there was no holding back the flood of social discontent. This period marked a decrease in the Church's authority and an increase in the power of secular nobles. Building upon the momentum of the Reformation, John Calvin introduced the concept of predestination. This theological idea posits that salvation is predetermined by God and not influenced by an individual's actions in worldly life. Though complex in its full theological scope, the essential idea of predestination is that God alone has already determined who will be saved, irrespective of earthly deeds. This notion might seem harsh to us, particularly the idea that there is no chance for redemption through actions. However, it effectively levels the societal playing field, especially when contrasted with prevalent beliefs during the Middle Ages. At that time, it was commonly believed that salvation could be earned through works of charity, including financial contributions to the Church for causes like cathedral building. This led to a perception that the wealthy could essentially buy their way into heaven. Predestination challenged this idea, removing the advantage of wealth in matters of salvation. It posited that everyone, regardless of financial status, had an equal chance at salvation. Beyond theology, Calvinism influenced church governance. It replaced the hierarchical structure of church authority with a more democratic system, where elders, presbyters, were elected from the congregation. This approach to church governance mirrored democratic principles and was a significant departure from the top-down authority model of the Catholic Church. The influence of Calvinism was notable among the settlers of New England. These settlers brought with them Calvinist doctrines, which had a considerable impact on the formation of American democratic ideals. Calvin's teachings did not just transform church organization and Christian living. They also extended to secular affairs, playing a foundational role in the development of American democracy. The Church responded to these challenges at the Council of Trent, held from 1545 to 1563. This council began a period of self-reform known as the Counter-Reformation, addressing many of the issues raised by reformers. However, fundamental doctrinal differences between Catholics and Protestants persisted, leading to future conflicts. Please answer the questions for this session under the assignment in Canvas. If you have any questions, you may post them in the open forum discussion or use Canvas email to contact the professor.